Hi, my name is San Xiu Xiang and my metric number is 271671.
There are three major characteristics of the airline industry. First is the product nature. Airlines product is homogeneous or undifferentiated. Second, airlines' major capital expenditures are very costly to acquire. Another characteristic is the conditions for market entry, which differs between the international and domestic market. The rule of the airlines travel is transportation between the two distinct parts of the country, which is the East Malaysia and West Malaysia. Airline travel is to connect the major towns and the remote interior areas within East Malaysia. In addition, airline travel is play an important role in the nation buildings as the facilitators. Airline travel is supporting economic activity such as the tourism. AirAsia Berhad is a low-cost airline. AirAsia now currently largest low-fare, no-frills airline in Asia. AirAsia Berhad is currently based in the LCCT KLIA Sepang. Its associate airline is AirAsia X, also located at the LCCT. AirAsia established in 1993 and it was purchased by the Tony Fernandez for the price of 1 ringgit Malaysia. As the part of the purchase, Tony also took up the 40 million ringgit Malaysia for a debt. In 2003, a second hub was opened in Senai International Airport, Johor Bahru. AirAsia now flies to all ASEAN countries that include the India, Iran, Sri Lanka, and the Bangladesh. The vision of the AirAsia is provide the low-cost service that will allow the 3 billion people to fly to more destinations across the region. The mission of the AirAsia is first to be the top company to work in where the employees treat like the family. Second, create a globally recognized ASEAN brand. Third, to attain the lowest cost so that everyone can fly with AirAsia. And the last one, maintain the highest quality product, advancing technology to reduce the cost and enhance the service level. Now we go to the management team in AirAsia. First is the Dato Abdul Aziz, was not originally from an airline industry. He was appointed as the non-executive chairman of AirAsia. Dr. Tony Fernandez, who made the decisions of taking over AirAsia from DRB Haikon Berhad at the 1 ringgit Malaysia. Dato Kamaruddin bin Merandun was assigned as the executive director of AirAsia and sit as the chief executive officer. And the last one is Mr. Connor, the chairman of Dublin Aerospace and also served as the director on the board of Pegasus Airline in Turkey.
My name is Vishantini, my metric number 261933. I will explain about structure of transport mode and how AirAsia operates their business. First, I will explain about AirAsia. AirAsia was launched in 1993 with the tagline of "Now everyone can fly." There are 5 characteristics in AirAsia. The first one I will explain about bargaining power of customer. The industry is characterized by low power of buyers. Second, bargaining power of suppliers, which is by low to medium power of input suppliers. Next, threat of new entrants. The industry has a moderate to high barriers of entry. Next, threat of substitute. AirAsia has a very low or minimal pressure from substitute product. Next, rivalry and competitors, which is from moderate competitive, having only 2 major airlines. Next, I will explain about AirAsia competitors, which are Firefly, Malindo, and Malaysian Airlines. First, I will explain about Firefly. Firefly was launched in 2007 with the tagline of Beyond Convenience. The aim is to reflect its services and operation to ensure enjoyable and reliable travel experience. First, bargaining power of customer. The industry is characterized by high power of buyers. Second, bargaining power of supplier, which is high power of buyers. Next, threat of new entrants, which is sizable, good service and might consider going to lower cost airline. Next, threat of substitute, which is from medium pressure from substitute product like buses, train. The last one is rivalry and competitors, which is highly competitive, having another low-cost airline that provide more routes and destinations. Next, I will explain about Malindo Air, which was commercially its operation on 2012 with the tagline of Smarter Way to Travel. The aim is to deliver exceptional services, offering economic fare and fair value for money. The first one is bargaining power of customer. Due to high competitive in low-cost fare airline, the buying power is high. Second, bargaining power of supplier is high as aircraft is the main tool in airline company. Next, threat of new entrant. Due to high cost of establish an airline company, the threat of new entrant is relatively low. Threat of substitute. The threat of substitute is moderate in local market but low in international market. Customer will choose cheaper transportation is moderate in local market but low in international market. Last one is rivalry and competitive is high in this company. The last airline is Malaysian Airline, which is known as Mars Air, with the tagline of "You the way we fly." Bargaining power of customer in Mars is low-cost services to their customer. Next, bargaining power of supplier. The main supplier of Mars aircraft and accessory is Boeing. Next is threat of new entrant. The threat of new entrant in this company is extremely high due to outdated regulatory system. The fourth one, threat of substitute. Mars airline do not have to worry about the threat. And the last one, rivalry and competitors. There are a lot of airline companies that compete in the market due to competitive price and quality of services.
Hi, my name is Lim Jasin, metro number 253506. Now I will present about characteristic of air transport service. The first characteristic is speed. Speed is an important element for airline company to gain travel time advantage. It can manage based on three perspectives, which is 5. Frequency, hub and spot network, ground congestion. The second characteristic is accessibility. It means that people are able to reach the service provider or people are able to reach the destination. For example, it's considered as low accessibility if people require to take 1 hour to reach the airport. The third characteristic is dependability. Basically, air transport is highly reliable and punctual. Based on this reason, airline company will not cancel or delay flight randomly due to lack of passenger. The fourth characteristic is capacity. Aircraft capacity is dependent on aircraft size. Airline company will select proper aircraft in order to fulfill the capacity and minimize costs. Now I will share about component of air transport. The first one is vehicle. An aircraft is a vehicle for air transport. For example, there are wide body, narrow body regional aircraft for airline company to carry passenger and goods. Next, airport is the terminal for air transport. An airport will provide all facility for passenger to arrive and depart. For example, airport consists of passenger and baggage handling counter, inquiry counter, waiting hall that enable people to carry out landing process. Moreover, airspace is the way for air transport. There are 5 classes of control airspace, which is A, B, C, D, E. Control airspace is required for air traffic control over aircraft flying in the air. The fourth component of air transport is transport carrying unit. Basically, air transport can carry out passenger transport and goods transport. The last component for air transport is motive power. Aircraft is motorized, which they are a form of transportation that provide passenger and goods movement by combustion motor.
Good day everyone, my name is Tan Yvonne and my metric number is 253845. Today I will explain the general issue faced in airline industry. The first one is weather uncertainty. A bad weather significantly affects the aircraft operation. For example, low cloud, fogs, and rains may impede the visibilities at or around the airports, while thunderstorm and lightning can cause a serious disruption to flight schedules. The next issue is the global crisis. Like the issue arise nowadays is the spreading of COVID-19, which is the pandemic is effectively brought travel industry to a standstill. Aviation nowadays is facing a huge blow during the pandemic crisis, which forcing airlines to be essentially crowded and thereby putting the industry in a serious financial distress. Lastly, the uncertainty of fuel price is an issue of airline industry also. Aircraft fuel costs are a growing part in airline expenditures and have high fluctuation. Therefore, a fuel hedge is a contract which allows an airline to establish a fixed and capped cost of aircraft fuel price and while via a commodity or swap options. When the market is experiencing consistent hikes, this strategy is used to increase the certainty of fuel price.
Now I will discuss general problems faced by AirAsia. The first problem is delay of flight. For example, there are cases of flight delay in 2015. AirAsia delayed flight due to 13 pilots are grounded by flu. Based on that cancellation, many passengers are forced to spend night on airport floor. The second general problem is concerning attire of cabin crew of AirAsia. Attire of cabin crew has become a topic of discussion among people for many years in Malaysia. In this year, Malaysia Deputy Minister of Women and Family Development YB Zailia Muhammad Yusuf stated that she wished to implement courting policy for all flight attendants according to Sharia law. The third problem is route and frequency. Until 2020, AirAsia served only 18 domestic destinations and 59 international destinations for 18 countries. Lacking of flight will cause people choosing of other airline company instead of AirAsia. The fourth problem is service provided by AirAsia. AirAsia offering low-cost service which customer can fly at lowest rate without providing other service. However, in this competitive era, offering low cost is not only the point of valuing service. Matching customer preference can be an essential point to drive a company towards success.
Hi, my name is Pinky. My entry number is 271476. I will present the specific problem faced in Asia. First is competing in Indonesia river, which is Garuda Indonesia and Lion Air. Based on recently report, Lion Air and Garuda Indonesia are preventing Indonesia's largest online travel agency to list out AirAsia using Indonesia flight due to it concerning system maintenance issue. Why Garuda Indonesia and Lion Air create out this station? This is because they want to increase barrier to mitigate high fuel costs. Second specific problem faced by AirAsia is concerning low-cost carrier. Slogan AirAsia is A1 in flight. That means AirAsia offer low-price flight ticket. Thus, operator through low-cost carrier must require outstanding skill in management, such as improper decision-making or action, so that companies should find other alternatives to cover their loss in operation. Third specific problem facing AirAsia is misleading advertisement. Everyone knows AirAsia provides low-price flight tickets such as one ringgit flight ticket and so on, but there is not total cost of flight. This station made AirAsia as Berhad and AirAsia Berhad find 160,000 ringgit from Malaysian Aviation Commission because advertisement misleading air ticket price. Now I will present the future challenge faced in Asia. First is conversion of high-speed railway project. This high-speed railway project is thinking from Kuala Lumpur to Singapore. The conversion of this railway project can be a trick to Asia because it can reduce the travel time of passenger to 90 minutes between Kuala Lumpur and Singapore. Thus, it will cause many passengers prefer to high-speed rail. Second future challenge is passenger conversion in KLIA2. Passenger using AirAsia gradually increase. It will cause passenger conversion in KLIA2 and influence service of AirAsia. Actually, KLIA2 has been double the size of its original capital. Besides, KLIA2 also implements net queue in dealing with passenger conversion. However,
we think that is not enough to support the huge flow of passengers in future. Third future challenge is AirAsia sustained difficult in Malaysia. In the past, AirAsia present excellent results. In recently, AirAsia facing a new challenge that is coronavirus. Coronavirus spread to all countries. Also, it caused many countries lockdown, such as China, Malaysia, Thailand, and so on. AirAsia forced to cancel and delay flights. AirAsia Group expected to loss of 1.1 billion ringgit in this year. Lastly, challenge in attracting investors in future is one of future challenges. In February of this year, AirAsia CEO Tan Sri Tony Fernandes and Chairman relinquished their position for 2 months in order to cooperate with the investigation of Airbus ferry case. In this case, any allegation will result a negative impact of AirAsia brand and reputation.
Now I will explain the critical success factor in AirAsia. The virtue of AirAsia being the first low-cost airline industry in Malaysia is its own firm belief and visions. In general, there was a little demand for low-cost air travel, but the founder of AirAsia firmly believed that it would work in Malaysia. And also, he was one who had never got a chance to fly before, and in Asia, there are a lot of people like him. So he preferred to target a low-income market segment so that everyone can fly. AirAsia managed to develop successful organization structure. In AirAsia, they developed a good quality management team, and AirAsia value proposition is more sophisticated than its competitor in placing equal emphasis on brand reputations and customer service or people management. Third critical success factor is the attractive and cheap ticket pricing. The price of AirAsia ticket is lower and half of its competitor, with the average fare 40 to 60% lower than its full-time service competitors. AirAsia has been able to achieve strong market stimulation in domestic Malaysia airline markets. For instance, the fare for the trip from Kuala Lumpur to Penang offers by AirAsia, it starts from 39 ringgit, comparing to the trip by using another mode of transportation. The skillful application of low-cost airline models is identified as last critical success factor in AirAsia. The cornerstone of this model to maximize profits. Among major cost control measures applied are flying out of secondary airport, no free meals on board, and utilizing only one type of aircraft. Operating costs were considered to aid AirAsia in optimizing fares and allocating capacity to increase expect. Now I will explain about the strategic planning in AirAsia. The first one is AirAsia is about to expand beyond the traditional lifestyle business and building up its travel and lifestyle website and application itself. So the CEO in AirAsia aspire to move from the familiar tagline from now everyone can fly to now everyone can travel by offering cheap hotels and good travel experience for their customers. Soon AirAsia will become as competitive as Agoda and Expedia. As for the financial service, AirAsia was hopeful to get a remittance and licensing lending from the central bank because why AirAsia see that it is difficult for SME to get loan for their working capital, and their foreign workers will have to pay a hefty commission when they transfer money back to their home country. So BigPay is about to create It's about to create a financial inclusive, which include travel insurance. And lastly is logistics service. AirAsia see that they have also a huge opportunity to create their own logistic business. The social e-commerce industry is now growing faster than e-hailing in today's industry. So in AirAsia, they want to disrupt the cargoes and logistics to make it inclusive. And currently, they are building a brand called Teleport.social to enable social e-commerce in AirAsia itself.
As a conclusion, there are two suggestions to enhance the effectivity and efficiency of the AirAsia. AirAsia needs to consider a strategy management to sustain the profitability and improving the operations process. They may succeed in the competitions with the strategy management because it can create the distinctive competitiveness. Next is the good government relations are the key to becoming a more integrated One AirAsia. AirAsia desires to further increase connectivity within Asia, driving even greater economic development with the support of government policy. The strong links with the government and airlines industry leaders is the one of the strengths of AirAsia company.